Hello there and welcome to Black Jackal Gaming. Today we're going to look at the Outriders squad, which is one of the mounted fast attack units for Space Marines. They have an updated ability, which is really nice. They have a decent durability profile for Space Marines. They're relatively cheap to run. They're one of the limited fast options that you have in Space Marines that isn't a vehicle, but there is only one leader option to run with them. Let's take a look at them. So the datasheet comes at 80 points for 3 models, 160 points for 6. They are movement 12, toughness 5, 3-up save, 4 wounds, leadership 6, and objective control 2. You can also include Invader ATV for 60 points. It has the same profile, but it does come with 4 additional wounds. For the ranged attack, they come in at ballistic skill 3+. They are equipped as standard with the twin bolt rifle, which is twin link, so you get to reroll wounds. They do have a bolt pistol as well. It's got a 24-inch range, 2 attacks, strength 4, -1 AP, 1 damage. If you do take the ATV, you've got 2 options. First being the Onslaught Gatling Cannon. This comes with the devastating wounds keyword, so any critical wounds will automatically pass the save of your opponent. It comes with a 24-inch range, 8 attacks, strength 5, 0 AP, and 1 damage. The other option is a multi-melter with the Melter 2 ability. This means at half range you get an additional 2 damage. It has an 18-inch range, so at 9 inches you get that Melter 2. It's 2 attacks, strength 9, -4 AP, D6 damage. For the melee profile, they come in at weapon skill 3+. As standard, they come with the Astartes Chainsword. This is 4 attacks, strength 4, -1 AP, 1 damage. If you take the ATV, they come with a close combat weapon. It's 5 attacks, strength 4, 0 AP, 1 damage. Taking a look at their ability, it's called Thunderous Impact. Each time a model in this unit makes a melee attack, if this unit made a charge move this turn, you can improve the strength and damage characteristic of the attack by 1. So what this means is that your chainswords will go up to strength 5, 2 damage, and your close combat weapons will also go up to strength 5, 2 damage, but you do have that nice -1 AP with the chainsword. Looking at the leader option, the only one they have is the chaplain on the bike, who comes in at 75 points. He's a profile of movement 12, toughness 5, 3-up save, 4-up invulnerable save, 5 wounds, leadership 5, and objective control 1. He's a ranged profile with the ballistic skill of 3+, and he comes with the Absolver bolt pistol, with the pistol keyword, so you can shoot when in engagement range. This is 18 inches, 1 attack, strength 5, -1 AP, 2 damage. He also comes with the twin bolt rifle, like the Outriders. This is twin linked again. 24-inch range, 2 attacks, strength 4, -1 AP, 1 damage. For his melee profile, he comes in at weapon skill 2+. The Crozius Arcanum. This is 5 attacks, strength 7, -1 AP, 2 damage. He will benefit from the Outriders ability on the charge, so he will go up to strength 8, 3 damage, which is a really nice profile. His ability, he has 2, the first being Litany of Hate. While this model is leaving a unit, each time a model in that unit makes a melee attack, add 1 to the wound roll, which is very nice. This means that your chainswords on the charge will be wounding Space Marines on 2s, which is a very nice profile. Then he has Catechism of Fire. Each time this model's unit is selected to shoot, you can select one enemy unit within 12 inches of the model, as well as being visible. Until the end of the phase, ranged weapons equipped by models in this unit have the devastating wounds keyword, but this is only when targeting that specific unit. So you're not going to get the most out of this ability, especially as there's various ways to advance and charge, which is what you want to be doing with this unit. But if you are running a multi-melter, this could be quite powerful. But you do have to roll those 6s to wounds to activate. Looking at the detachments, the first one that comes to mind is the Stormlands Task Force, where you're going to get the most out of this unit. Units from your army are eligible to declare a charge in a turn which they have advanced or fallen back, which is very nice. Looking at the enhancements, Fury of the Storm comes in at 25 points. This improves the strength and armor penetration characteristic of the bearer's melee weapons by 1. This is only for the bearer, not for the unit. And each time you end a charge move, until the end of the turn, you improve the strength and AP by 2 instead. So on the charge, you're going to be moving on to strength 10 with your Crozius Arcanum, and you're also going to be at -3 AP, which is a very nice profile to be at when you are going to be at 3 damage as well. Next, we have the Portents of Wisdom at 15 points. While the bearer is leading a unit, you can reroll advanced rolls made for that unit. This is really nice when you do want to be making sure you get those charges in, so you can activate that additional strength and damage on the charge. Looking at stratagems that are going to be beneficial towards you. First, you've got Blitzen's Fusillade. To the end of the shooting phase, ranged weapons equipped by models in your unit have the Assault ability. If such a weapon already has this ability, which none of your weapons do, till the end of the phase they get sustained hits 1. So what this allows you to do is be able to move your standard 12 inches, then advance, you're potentially going to be on average going 3-4 inches, so you're at 16 inches. You then can use your bolt rifles, potentially your motor still, and then charge into another unit so you can have your damage across multiple units. You could do this into the unit you want to charge, but you are going to increase your charge range that you'll have to get. So this is really best if you can see one unit that you think got the chance to just pop off of an objective and charge into another one. Then you have a full throttle until the end of the movement phase. If your unit advances, you do not have to make an advance roll. Until the end of the phase, you can add 6 inches, or if you're a mounted unit, which you are, it'd be 9 inches instead. So if you did pop this stratagem, you'd be moving 21 inches and then charging. You've got ride hard, ride fast. To the end of the phase, each time attack targets your unit, subtract 1 from the hit roll and 1 from the wound roll. Already being 4 wounds and toughness 5, you're at a decent profile already, but -1 to hit and wound is going to be very nice for this unit. Then with shock assault, to the end of the turn, you can reroll charge rolls made by this unit, and melee weapons equipped by that unit have the lance ability. Now you already get +1 to wound, so the lance isn't going to come into effect, but those rerolls to charge might be vital. Then we have wind swift evasion. This is the final stratagem. Your opponent's movement phase, just after an enemy unit makes a normal advance or fallback move within 9 inches, you can move this unit up to 6 inches, which is very nice. This can potentially get you onto your objective or get you out of range of a charge or out of some heavy firepower that's coming your way. Looking at the honourable shoutouts for other detachments where they will excel. We've got the Gladius Task Force, which allows you to advance and charge when in the Assault Doctrine. They've got the stratagem Honour the Chapter, which grants you an additional AP when in the Assault Doctrine, so moving you on to AP 2. Ironstorm Spearhead seems like a bit of an odd one, but they do have a nice play. So you get to reroll a hit and wound roll per phase. So you've already got that +1 to wound and you get a reroll. And then they've got a really nice strategy called Mercy's Weakness. You get sustained hits 1 in melee versus a unit that's below starting strength. And if it's a vehicle unit, you critically hit on a 5+. Now, especially if you've got a 6-man unit, that's a lot of attacks that you've got coming in. So you're going to generate quite a few additional hits. Finally, we have Liberator Assault Group, which is in the Blood Angels supplement, which they are very good in. On the charge, you get +1 attack and +2 strength. So you will then be going up to strength 7 on your chainswords. So you're moving into the territory of wounding toughness 3 bodies on 2-ups, which is very nice. And if they do have a minus to wound, if you've got the chaplain with you, you're going to negate that and stay on your 2+ to wound. You're also going to be wounding Space Marines, T4 bodies, as well as Terminators and Gravis Warriors on a 2+. We've got a stratagem called Red Rampage. You get lethal hits in the fight phase. And Aggressive Onslaught, which allows you to advance and charge, which is really important to have with this type of unit. So in conclusion, the 2 detachments where you really get the most out of the Outriders and they get to shine the brightest is in the Storm Lance Task Force and the Blood Angels Liberator Assault Group. Now I know I mentioned them on the honourable mentions, but they have a lot of fast attack units in Blood Angels, especially ones that can hit hard, that lean into the +1 attack, +2 strength a little bit more. They've got a lot of units that can fly. You're probably not going to take these that often, and it will be only 1 unit, and it might only be a 3-man unit at that as well. So that's why I didn't include them as the main detachment, being the Stormlance Task Force. But if you do have them and you want to use them in Blood Angels, they're going to operate exceptionally well. Now, if you are taking your Codex Space Marines and you take Kosaro Khan, he had an update in the last battle slate where he will move their objective control to 3. So as a 3-man unit, you're on 3 as standard, so that's 9 in total. And then you do have the option of having the chaplain or the ATV, who should also move to the 3. So if you take an ATV and a chaplain, you're going to be on 13. And you've got quite big bases, so you will be able to fill out an objective. The ability on the charge, where they gain +1 to the strength and damage characteristic, is really nice to have. Without the chaplain, it really does leave them just targeting your light infantry, really. The strength and damage is nice, so you go into Space Marines a bit better, but that -1 AP does hurt them a little bit. They don't have enough attacks, especially in a 3-man unit, to really dig into a Space Marine unit. A 3-man unit charging into, say, intercessors, you're really only going to do 2, possibly 3 dead Marines, which isn't great. But if you do have the chaplain in there and you have his attacks and you get the +1 to wound as well, and especially with Oath's a Moment, you're then putting yourself in the position where you can really tear into your medium infantry. There's a temptation with this squad to throw them forward because they can do some first turn damage. They've got quite a huge threat range, so it's quite easy to get a turn 1 charge off. But the problem with this is that the opponent can easily screen this out, so you might be charging into a unit that he really is just there to die for the cause. So you're best using these more as a counter-punch unit. You want them to be set up for a turn 2, turn 3 charge. You want to threaten the enemy to prevent them from moving on objectives, because you can just charge in and easily clear a lot of units off of them. You want to make the opponent really think with these. It's the threat of where they can be and what they can do is a little bit more powerful than what they can actually do when they get there. They're also great if you include them as a backfield unit, especially if you're not requiring them to sit on an objective. If you've got anyone that's coming in with deep strikes, they've got really large bases, so it's quite easy to zone out a lot of your deployment zone so they can't come in. And when they do, these guys on the charge are going to be able to wrap up most things that come into your deployment zone. So it makes them quite a big threat. They're going to make your opponent do a lot of thinking about how they want to utilize their own units, which is going to lead them to make more mistakes and create more openings and opportunities for you to take advantage of. If you like this video, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. The majority of the people watching these videos aren't subscribed, so it will be really beneficial if you did subscribe. You can see all future content. Take it easy. I'll see you next time.